The story about what an enterprising group of women in Rwanda has accomplished is one that the world is ready to hear. It's an incredible tale of hope and of building a new future for themselves, their families, their communities, and their country. It's the story of Rwanda, a nation that has come through dark times to shine a bright light on the present and the future as an inspiration to Africa and to the world. One of the most amazing things about this story is how quickly it's all happening. Just over 2 years ago, Sustainable Harvest and Bloomberg Philanthropies partnered to create the Relationship Coffee Institute. Our vision was to work with these women, help them take control of their livelihoods and become successful international business people, not just through coffee, but also generating additional income with mushrooms and honey. We've been supported by other partners, the Rwandan government here, and globally by members of the international coffee community. In February 2014, we gathered in Rwanda for the first Let's Talk Coffee to introduce the program and begin the training. What's been created together since that time is nothing short of astounding. Women from villages across Rwanda have been studying agricultural best practices, coffee tasting, processing, and financial literacy. They've already built 2 washing stations in their communities. Now, for the first time, they're taking part in a fully transparent system and developing relationships with international coffee buyers. They know who is buying their coffee, where it goes, and how to consistently deliver outstanding coffee. The bottom line? In 2 years, 4,000 Rwandan women have doubled their coffee productivity, dramatically increased their incomes, and become active participants in the global marketplace. What's more, together we're building a truly virtuous supply chain. The success of their coffee sales to consumers comes back to the women through premiums that reward them for their efforts.
What we learned in this program was the importance of using value creation as a way to reward farmers for the work they do. That means that when farmers get paid a decent price for their coffee, that's only the first step. How can we continue to reward them for the hard work they put in? That was through washing stations being built that they could enjoy higher margins, through roasting coffee and selling it in global and local markets, and finally even having their own cafe where the coffee could be sold, all of which would drive more premiums back to the growers and their organizations so that they could have a better life.
People around the world have become curious about this story. They want to know more about how this has all happened. They're anxious to hear this true tale of hope for the future. It's a story they will now be able to not just hear, but smell and taste, because their curiosity has resulted in an entirely new brand of coffee, Question Coffee, selling right now here in Rwanda and internationally. It's a whole new way for coffee drinkers to engage with the people who have grown it, all the while knowing that every link in the supply chain makes the world a better place.
The work we've done in Rwanda in the last 3 years is not only groundbreaking for sustainable harvest, but I think for the specialty coffee industry as well, and maybe even for other commodities. Because what we've been able to do is work with women who are in extreme poverty and help them become businesswomen, help them learn how to play in the game, how to engage in the global marketplace, and how to win, and how to share those winnings among themselves so that the entire community wins. It gives me a lot of hope that perhaps in the future, the lessons learned here in Rwanda can be applied to other parts of Africa and maybe even globally.
There is still much more to do as we continue working with women in Rwanda toward true self-sufficiency. But now is the time to celebrate what's been accomplished together and celebrate the achievements of these amazing women. We'll be tasting this coffee, learning from each other, and hearing from some of the brightest minds in specialty coffee and global business. And we'll be telling our stories to ourselves, to each other, to the world. Welcome to Let's Talk Coffee Best of Rwanda. Let's collaborate. Let's discover. Let's talk coffee.